women come to midwives for different reasons, and Nicole really came hoping for a different experience and put that on the table. So it was really easy to work with that. But I think a lot of women get a lot, even when they don't know what they don't know, you know, and sometimes they don't understand, because we've had women who've had a baby with us because of insurance reasons, and then they get private insurance and they go elsewhere for the second baby, and often they only last halfway through the prenatal care and they come back. Because they kind of, and again, not because it's bad medical care, but they're not getting the kind of support or coaching that is just routine with us. So, and I think the difference is midwives feel that even though pregnancy is normal, it is always a huge event. So there's always stuff that needs to be addressed. Whereas from the medical model that's problem focused, if this is a normal visit, woof, you're out the door in 5 minutes, because you're medically, you're normal. There's nothing else to deal with, right? And it's not just with a woman having a first baby. Often the second and the third baby, there's even more emotional and psychological work, because the work of like, how am I going to fit this person into the family and still give the others what I want to give them and in my life, and you know, so it's not like, you know, the second and third one, because you've been through it emotionally and psychologically, that there's still not work to be done.
I think that actually reminds me of one of the big differences that I've experienced between more of a medical model and the midwifery is the concept of mothering is addressed. And I think that is actually a really powerful thing. When you think, I can't think of, you know, any situation, you know, just either with my experience or just with the experience with any sort of MD where when you're monitoring somebody's pregnancy, are you thinking about, like, you know, those sort of things that you mentioned, like the concept of, you know, being the mother and you know, trying to fit your other kids into the picture and things like that. And those are things that are addressed at the visits, which isn't necessarily something that would come up otherwise. And I completely agree about the way that our current system of care is set up. If you go to a higher level of care than is a good match for you, then you're more like a checkbox. Like,
right,
that person's fine. You know, it is most valuable for me to spend my time on this other person that needs a more complicated care plan. And so I think, you know, nobody wants to be a checkbox. Like, you're fine, you know?
Right.
And
especially with such the most amazing thing of your life, right?